think what keeps most people from starting a YouTube channel, or any business venture for that matter, is the fear of the unknown. When you're starting a new YouTube channel, you have to take risks. You need to be willing to experiment, and you have to be able to accept the fact that you're probably going to fail many times throughout your journey as you build your channel. And what's most important is you need to be okay with that. Because being okay with that is what's going to keep you in that drive forward, damn the torpedoes mindset. And you need to be in that mindset, especially in the early days of building your channel. But when you're not sure of what's ahead of you, it's hard not to be cautious. It's like entering a dark room. You don't just rush in totally blind, tripping over everything. You enter slowly, feeling your way around. But that slow and cautious pace is not the way to start your YouTube journey. So what you need to do before starting your channel is remove that fear of the unknown. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn that light on so that you can see every obstacle in front of you before you even get started. And once you've removed that fear, the process of getting started is going to seem way easier and far less intimidating. So if you're ready, let's get to it. Hey guys, Craig here. Hope everybody's doing well. Okay, so you've got this burning desire to be a YouTuber, but it all seems a little overwhelming and you're not quite sure where to start. Relax, I've got your back. In this video, I'll give you a list of 6 things that you need to do before you get started that'll make this whole process a hell of a lot easier. And the first thing you need to do is determine who your target audience is. Now I want to start out by explaining the difference between a target audience and a niche. Your target audience is the specific group of people that you're creating your content for. A niche is the type of content that you're creating for them. Let me give you an example. The goal of my channel is to teach artists how to turn a part-time drawing hobby into a full-time income. So my target audience are artists, specifically illustrators, who want to be able to earn a living using their artistic skills. And in order for me to help them reach that goal, I'm going to have to tap into multiple niches when creating content for my channel. Some of my viewers may just be getting started as artists, so they're going to need drawing tutorials to help them improve their artistic skills. Art tutorials are a specific niche. Some of my viewers may need some help starting a YouTube channel. YouTube advice videos fall into a different niche. Some of my viewers may want to learn how to self-publish their work. Again, teaching people how to navigate the world of self-publishing is its own niche. But even though all 3 of these niches deliver a different type of content, they all solve a problem for the same target audience, and that is illustrators who want to make a living off their artistic skills. So for right now, just forget about niches. I just want you to figure out who your target audience is. And the more specific you can be while determining this, the better. The narrower your focus is, the easier it's going to be to create content for your channel down the road. So if your intent is to create a music channel, don't just say that your target audience are musicians. What type of musicians? Do they play guitar, drums, piano? Let's say you decide to create a channel that teaches piano lessons. What type of piano lessons? Classical, rock, jazz? Narrow it down. Really focus on where your strengths are. You'll have a much better understanding of why I want you to do this in just a minute. But for now, just clearly define one specific target audience that you want to create content for on your YouTube channel. Okay, let's go on to tip number 2. The next thing you need to do is make sure that your content is in demand. In other words, is your target audience actually on YouTube? If you want to succeed on YouTube, then you need to tap into a well-established target audience. If it's your plan to create a YouTube channel featuring content that doesn't currently exist on YouTube, then your channel is going to be dead on arrival. If there isn't anyone searching for your type of content on YouTube, there won't be anyone for the YouTube algorithm to recommend your content to. You want to find a target audience that is already well established on YouTube, and the bigger it is, the better. Now you may be thinking, but wait a minute, doesn't a bigger audience mean that there'll be more competition? And the answer to that question is yes. But the more options there are available, the more viewers will be brought in. Trust me, Netflix makes way more money now that they're competing with streaming services like Disney+, Prime Video, Hulu, and Apple TV than they ever did when they were the only streaming service on the internet. More variety attracts more viewers, and more viewers opens the door for new competition. It's basically the circle of life. So if you can't find at least a dozen or more YouTube channels that are creating content for your target audience and that have at least 100,000 subscribers or more, then you need to redefine your target audience. And even if you find those channels, if you're not seeing videos in their content library that have views in excess of 100,000, again, you may want to redefine your target audience. You don't want to spend the next 3, 4, 5 years of your life creating content that no one will ever see. So make sure that your target audience is well represented on the YouTube platform before you even create a single video. All right, let's go on to tip number 3. Now, you need to figure out how the YouTube creators who are creating content similar to yours are making money both on and off of the YouTube platform. So if you're serious about being a YouTube content creator, then you're going to have to find a way to monetize your content. And every niche has its own way of being monetized. This is why I didn't want you to define your niches right at the very beginning. Some niches make very little money, while others make a whole lot of money. And these things need to be factored in when deciding what type of content you're going to create for your channel. And figuring out how these content creators are making money is going to require a little bit of research on your part. Okay, so it's a given that all monetized YouTube channels will eventually make some level of income from the advertisements that YouTube places on their videos. But the question is, how much income are they actually making from those ads? Now, there are websites like Social Blade where you can just copy and paste a YouTube channel's URL into their search box, and their software will estimate what they think that particular channel is making from Google AdSense. Now, just keep in mind that this is a very rough estimation. The default CPM, which is the amount of money advertisers pay per 1,000 views of their ad on any particular video, for this calculation on Social Blade is around $4. But there are channels that have CPMs of well over $100. So these results aren't the most reliable unless you know the actual CPM of the channel that you're querying. If you really want to see what a YouTube channel is earning from ad revenue, go to that channel's video library and look for a video with a title like "How Much YouTube Pays Me" or something like that. Now, not all channels create videos like this, but I guarantee that you'll be able to find at least 1 or 2 that have. It's a common question that YouTube creators get from their audience. And just so that they don't have to keep fielding the question over and over again, they just create a video to answer it. Make sure that you're looking for this type of video on established channels that have at least 50,000 or more subscribers. You want to know what your income potential will be down the road when you're successful, not how much you'll be making next week with 100 subscribers. Now, once you find a channel that's making a decent revenue from their video ads, take note of which niches they're creating content for. Are they creating tutorial videos, vlog videos, process videos, entertainment videos, motivational videos, product review videos? The type of content that they're creating is what's determining the CPM that they'll be getting from YouTube. Knowing this will give you a better idea of which niches you should include on your own channel. And while you're researching these channels, be sure to check out the description sections of their videos as well. See what product links they have. Product links usually mean an affiliate commission. Also, see if they're selling any of their own products like online courses, graphic apparel, digital downloads, or pretty much any type of merchandise. Each and every one of these could potentially be a way for you to monetize your own YouTube channel in the future. I read a quote once from John D. Rockefeller, who was the richest man in the world during the late 1800s and early 1900s. Someone had asked him, "What's the secret to making money?" And he said, "Find somebody who's making money and do what they're doing." Knowing what options you have for monetizing your channel before you even get started is going to improve your chances of succeeding on YouTube immensely. So take some time to research in depth the content creators that have already succeeded at what it is you're trying to do. Okay, let's take a look at tip number 4. But before we do, a quick message from our sponsor. Whether I'm drawing, looking for artistic reference for a new piece I'm working on, or just editing my next YouTube video, I always have an audiobook playing in the background, and I do that with my subscription to Audible. For just $7.95 per month, you can get access to the entire Audible Plus catalog, which includes thousands of audiobooks, Audible exclusives, and podcasts that you can listen to at any time. And there's no restriction on how many audiobooks you can listen to each month. All you have to do is log into your Audible account and start listening. If you'd like to strengthen your mind with audiobooks, you can get a free 30-day trial subscription just by clicking on the Audible affiliate link that I've placed in the description section of this video. There's no long-term obligation, and you can cancel your subscription at any time. If you pick up just one new habit this year, let it be something that enriches your mind. And there's no better way to do that than with Audible. Give it 30 days. Trust me, you won't regret it. Okay, the next thing you need to do is establish which video niches you want to create content for on your channel. Now that you have a better idea of how other content creators are making money and in which niches, it's time to choose your own. The only thing that you need to ask yourself when choosing a niche is, will the content that I'm creating help my target audience in some way? If the answer is yes, then include that niche in your channel content. But if the answer is no, then do not create videos for that niche. By doing so, the only thing you're going to be doing is confusing your viewers and the YouTube algorithm. You see, viewers are trying to figure out if the content that you're creating is for them, and the algorithm is trying to figure out which viewers your content is being created for. So if you start creating content in a niche that doesn't help your target audience in any way, then they're not going to watch your videos, and the algorithm won't know who to recommend your videos to. So all you'll be doing by creating the wrong type of content for your target audience is slowing down your channel's growth, which you don't want to do. Using my channel as an example, all of the niches that I create content for in some way help my target audience, which are illustrators, to achieve their goal, which is to make a living using their artistic skills. My channel offers educational videos that teach my viewers how to make money off of their art by way of self-publishing and by creating customizable merch like apparel. That's one of my niches. I also offer art tutorials to help my viewers improve their artistic skills, which will inevitably help them to make more money. That's another niche. I offer guidance videos on how to create and operate a YouTube channel, which will help them to increase their audience and to make more money, which is yet another individual niche. I also upload speed drawing vlog videos to help motivate them to keep drawing. And through the narration, I provide them with a little insight into what it takes to be a professional artist. Again, that's another niche. And finally, I create art book reviews to inform my target audience about what I believe are the best sources for artistic inspiration and education. Product review videos are its own niche. So as you can see, all of my niches help my target audience to reach their desired goal. Now that being said, with the exception of my drawing videos, all of my other video content could easily be used by a wide variety of people who are not even in my target audience. The videos on how to be a YouTube content creator apply to pretty much anyone. How to make money with self-publishing and custom merchandise? Any type of artist could benefit from those types of videos. Photographers, painters, musicians, sculptors, you name it. It applies to all of them. Art book review videos? Again, painters and illustrators alike can get something out of that type of content. And even the narration in my speed drawing videos could be useful to not only artists, but people outside of the art community as well. So you see, when choosing your niches, your content doesn't have to only be for your target audience, but it does have to be able to solve a problem for them specifically. So figure out whether you want to provide instruction, education, inspiration, motivation, or just entertainment, because you're going to need to know which type of playlists to create once you start setting up your channel. Okay, let's move on to tip number 5. Now here comes the time-consuming part. I want you to write down 50 video ideas for your channel. Remember tip number 2 when I told you to find other channels like yours that were already successful? Well, now's the time to go back to those channels and start combing through their video libraries. What you're looking for are video ideas. Now don't just go to one channel. Pick about 3 or 4 channels that have a really good subscriber base and whose content looks to be fairly professional. Then skim through their videos, sorting them by the most popular. Between all of those channels, pick about 50 topics that you could use to create video content for your own channel. At first, all you need to do is write down the title of the video that you think would be a good topic to create a video about. Now, if your plan is to create content for multiple niches on your channel, then be sure and spread those 50 ideas out equally among all of the niches. You don't want to have 50 ideas for just one niche when you're planning on creating content for 3 separate niches. Once you have the video title for each one of those 50 ideas written down, now it's time to go back to each video and watch them from beginning to end. And while you're watching them, I want you to take notes. I want you to pull at least 5 key points from each video and then write those points down under each respective title in your list. So not only will you have 50 great ideas for videos, but each idea will be broken down into 5 key points so that you'll know exactly what that video is going to be about, which is going to save you a lot of time when you're looking for new video ideas later on. Now, chances are you won't create these 50 videos first, and that's because your audience will have a huge influence on the type of videos that you create. And when you see something working on your channel, you're more than likely to double down on that topic and create additional videos about it. What this list is for is to make sure that you never have to worry about creative block for at least the first year or two. This is the most research that you're going to have to do before starting your channel, so take your time and do it right. The clearer you are as to which direction your channel is going in, the less stressful the first few months of creating your channel will be. Okay, let's go on to the final tip. And the last thing I want you to do is write out a short script for your YouTube channel trailer. Now that you know who your target audience is, you have a pretty good idea of how you're going to monetize your channel. You know which niches you're going to be creating content in, as well as what topics you're going to be discussing in those videos. You should have a crystal clear vision of what your channel is about. When you're first getting started, you're not going to have very much content in your video library. So the only way that new visitors to your channel will be able to figure out what your channel is all about is by reading that one little sentence that you have on your channel header. And that's not an awful lot of information to go on, which is why your first video should be a trailer for your channel. Now, it doesn't have to be very long. Around 2 minutes is fine. You just want to make sure that everyone who watches that video has a clear understanding of what they can expect to see on your channel in the coming months and years. Consider this your elevator pitch. You have from the lobby to the 30th floor to pitch your channel idea to a potential subscriber. You need to make it crystal clear as to why these viewers need to come back to your channel in the future. So make this the best 2-minute video script you ever write. Because this video alone will determine whether or not people subscribe to your channel in the early days. So take your time and make it good. Remember at the beginning of the video when I said that the most important thing that you need to do to reduce your chances of failing as a new YouTuber was just to remove the fear of the unknown? After completing these 6 steps, you'll know where you're going and exactly what you need to do to get there. And that knowledge is going to wipe away that fear. The initial research phase is the most important step that you'll take when starting a new YouTube channel, so don't skip it. Now, if you're still on the fence as to whether or not you should actually start a YouTube channel, then be sure and check out my video, 5 Reasons That You Need to Start a YouTube Channel this year. I'll put a link to it at the end of this video. In my next video in this series, I'm going to walk you step by step through the entire process of creating your YouTube channel. And I'll be going over things like how to create channel art, thumbnails, playlists, trailer videos, and more. And once that video's been uploaded, you'll be able to find it right here. But until that time, if you're new to my channel and you're not quite sure what it's all about, then be sure and check out my playlist on how to monetize your hobby. Until next time, take care.